Okay, well, Sunday, September 13th. A couple things I just wanted to bring up from the past few days. Number one, I got to start with the comedy. Look, my son and I enjoy watching the fucking Eagles game together, I can't watch it. I really haven't watched it with him consistently in years, because I'm usually at Mark's on Sunday doing the What on Earth is Happening show, and therefore, it's been rare over the past couple of years that I get to watch the Eagles game with my son. So I decided to put on the comedy relief jacket, and my son wanted to watch the game, and so we watched the game. Dude, ladies and gentlemen, the people that are going to accept this nonsense, first of all, there's no fucking crowd, right? Which, okay, there's no crowd. Well, they put in crowd noise so someone is playing crowd noise when there's no crowd, which is retarded. So if you don't start to understand how television works. So, of course, the players can't be wearing masks because they would frickin', fall over from, lack of oxygen, and they'd, asphyxiate, So they aren't wearing masks. But the refs are. And coaches and shit, right? The water boys and football idiots that throw the ball out. They're all wearing them, So the ref comes up, penalty. He's got to now announce the fucking thing to nobody in the stadium, you know what I mean? But what the call is, and he's got this fucking fuck did he just say? First down. So they started ripping him off, You know why? Because, see, the virus knows that when a ref takes off his mask to give a penalty call, the ref's on timeout. And they can't infiltrate the ref. They're like, oh, just like the players, they're on timeout. But we'll get him. Don't worry. Mask up. As soon as he's done saying that call, if he doesn't put it right back on, we'll get him. Ready? 1, 2, 3, break. Oh, he got the mask on in time. We'll get him next time, COVID idiots. Ready? Because, that's what the virus is doing. I'm sorry. I just, not only is it a huge stage show. See, the reason I would enjoy watching the Eagles with my son is because the Eagles are the only team in football that no matter what the score is, they can always fucking lose. And it's so entertaining to watch. They could be losing like 35 or winning 35-0, and they'll lose the fucking game. And it's very, growing up around Philadelphia and in Philadelphia when I was younger, the Eagles fans, man, oh God, and it's so funny when they lose to me, But anyway, it's just a joke. And then, of course, the game that's on now, which is currently on, Tom Brady has emerged from cryo-freeze and is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, looking like he's 28 years old, going up against Drew Brees, who is younger than Tom Brady and looks 1,000 years older than him. Tom Brady's like, "Ugh." Last thing he remembered was the fucking last game last year, and they put him right in cryo-freeze, pumped him out, got him all set up, got all of his youth nutrients. Oh my God, we are a very, very vapid society. But along the news of sports, the thing that I did want to bring up, this is really why I was doing this video, just got to start with the comedy, man. My son's football team played yesterday. And among everything going on, you'd think, why the fuck is that important? Well, again, my son's a kid. He's 14 years old, so he's supposed to want to play football and have fun with his friends, number one. And they've been trying to take it away from them. And they've been fighting to keep it as a team, They've been sabotaging the season in various ways. And what they finally had to do to play was decide that they would forfeit the game because their issues that the boards are giving them shit for aren't rectified yet. So they had to forfeit the game. They could play, but, it wouldn't. So unless they did what they're told. Now, there was an ultimatum, and the kids decided, not the parents, who some of the parents were very upset at the life lesson. You got to teach them to win, you know, the idiot parents. But the lesson of standing up for what is right, and the team decided, let's fucking play and take the forfeit. We're not doing what they say, you know. And they did that, you know. And they were playing up against a tough team that, you know, has had steady practice. My son's team has not, because it's been broken up by board meetings and cancellations and fucking weather and all kind of shit. But I'm bringing this up because, you know, I went there a very cynical man. I'm not happy around people, mostly, anymore, because of how fucking stupid they are. And I was expecting to see a sea of masks and a bunch of COVIDiot talk, and, you know, and much to my surprise, the other team did have some masks. They were from somewhere further away, more of a city environment, and I know the masks are more prevalent there. But our side consisted of all of the people that, of course, we've been around for years, a lot of them. Men, women, different races, ages, all playing, hugging, saying hello, throwing the football together, talking, laughing, interacting like human beings close to each other. One or two masks I saw, and they were both elderly females sitting in a chair, you know. It's cool, you know what I mean? And in talking to, because, you know, my daughter, who of course is older, was there, but, you know, her and her boyfriend, and they know everybody and blah, blah, blah. So the different captains of the teams, cheerleaders, they're all doing their activities without masks, interacting with the kids properly, interacting with each other. And in talking to, you know, some of my daughter's friends who I haven't seen since she graduated her other school, I was pleasantly surprised by the awareness of these kids, you know, 19 years old, that this is all bullshit, you know, including some of their parents that I talked to, who are, you know, seem distraught when they're given a hard time over things and they're trying to push back. So, you know, I was encouraged to do a lot of talking with people, which you do need to do in the real world, you know. Of course, you need to do it both ways. You need to get online and reach as many people as you can, but you need to live it in your life. You absolutely have to. The people around you are going to be most influenced by you. They know you know, as my dogs are killing each other. So I left there, and I told the one kid, you know, I don't want to say his name, in case he doesn't want to be mentioned, but I told him, I said, dude, you've renewed some faith in me, in humanity. In fact, you know, you have, your group of friends have, your mother has, because I was talking to her, and the entire experience renewed some faith in me. However, that shows that people believe this is bullshit mostly, right? What the fuck are they doing about masks in school? Nothing, most of them. The other kids that I was talking to, they've graduated, so they're not in school at the moment. But what exactly in the real world do we all going to stand around and go, yeah, this isn't right? And then what are the moves that are going to be made to protect the younger generations from this? Because the older generations do see what's going on here. The younger generations don't have the experience to understand it if they haven't been taught it. Come on, you guys, stop, you're going to kill each other. Oh, you're going to knock my camera over. It's running all over the place. Holy shit. This is where the communication needs to occur. People will do what the herd is doing. They'll go along to get along. We know this, you know. It is a horrible way to live, but it is the way most people live their lives. But when they see that fool out there doing something that's right and they know is right, it can build a little courage for them to do it in their own lives. And the more of us that actually do it, you can actually see that there'll be more people that are now feeling comfortable in doing it, because, you know, humans like to feel protected in groups. Well, as it so happens, this problem that we're solving has a quantum and a quantitative answer. It needs a quality, or it needs an amount, sorry. It needs a quantity of people to push back. It is not a one-man, one-woman show. It can't be done that way, you know. History, we can see those people have been picked off. Of course, if that's what happens, that's what happens. Doesn't mean stop. But we can actually do something about this in a real way, because a lot of people in different areas, I know it's different in different areas. I know Like I said, when I had my mask problem with that stupid kid in the store, you know, police around here aren't, you know, well, I know they are in the world, you know. I know in Australia and New Zealand they are. I know they're harsher in various places of this country. I think it was Flint, Michigan, just, you know, they got like Robocop fucking helmets now where they're bioscanning everybody. It's fucking getting crazy in some places, but I'm explaining my experience here. We all need to look at our experiences and realize they're all going to be the same, whether we're getting the light aspect of it now or the heavier hand. And we need to speak out, and we need to speak out in ways that you know are right. You know, we know not only is this bullshit, we know we don't have the right to walk around and tell people they have to wear shit on their faces and be tracked and get their temperature done and take tests. We know the government doesn't have that right, and we know we don't have that right to even expect that of each other. So if we're going to step into the true spirit of humanity, the true spirit of freedom, the true spirit of what this country was built on, whether you fucking believe it or not, it did start that way. If we're not going to do that, then we are going to lose. We're going to lose the battle that was fought back then to attempt a road to freedom 200 plus years ago. Or we can save it, because what's coming down the pike, once this flu season comes into the northern hemisphere, all you gotta do is look to the southern hemisphere, number one. Number two, just use your imagination for a minute when the coughs start and the fevers start from the normal flu that people get sick from and even end up going on and dying from. You know, those flu statistics and heart failures and cancer patients that all disappeared during COVID because they're all labeled COVID. We didn't have any other deaths. You know, even these organizations coming out now and saying, well, we might not have been right on those numbers. It's time. Get learning and get speaking, guys. We need everyone. Love yous.